What's up, guys? Tay Jalapeno here with your boy Quickman. We're gonna be playing Rivals of Aether today, and he's gonna introduce himself right now and give us a quick introduction on the game.
Hey YouTube, as my friend Jalapeno pointed out, we're playing Rivals of Aether today. This is a recently released early access game on Steam that plays a lot like and is obviously inspired by Smash Bros. It's a party fighter that uses damage percentages instead of health bars, has platforms, and revolves around knocking each other off stage. Main differences being that there is no shielding, only a parry move, there isn't as much delay after moves, and it feels overall much faster and tighter than Smash Bros. Altogether, it feels like a faster, well, almost faster version of Melee with different characters. So Jalapeno, how are we going to play today?
So what we're gonna do is whenever you do an online mode, it takes away the special part of the stages. So there's no on one of the stages plants will pop up, so that won't be happening. It's just like an Omega form, going back to like a Smash Bros reference. It's like an Omega form. That's what we're basically going to be playing. Um, for the first three matches, I'm going to be playing the top three characters. I will switch in between matches, and Quickman's going to be playing the bottom three, and then we'll rotate. And it's best 2 out of 3 for 2 sets. So
And since it should be noted that he and I have more practice with certain characters, so if we're bad with others, please forgive us.
oh yeah, I'm sorry if I completely stink it up, and the match only lasts like 30 seconds. That's just how it is. So without further ado, let's get started.
Let's rock.
Um, you, you guys will notice, hopefully, that these are our mains. These two are pretty much the ones that we play with most. That's kind of why we're starting with them, so you guys know we're a little good.
We have a little bit of experience with the game, not much.
We're not too bad.
So in this game, a lot of what you do is essentially it's a lot different than the way Smash Bros. Plays in that it's a little bit less about zoning and moreover getting some really tight combos in. There's, like I said in the intro, there's not a whole lot of delay between moves, including up Bs as they would be in Smash Bros. Once you've done your up recovery, you can pretty much go back to fighting almost immediately. There is a rest period, just like Smash Bros, but it's not as long, and it feels, this whole game feels more fluid in that sense. Everything can happen much faster.
And I'm sure you've already heard my button clicks, so I'm sorry about that. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. That's the only controller I have, but it seems to work very well. You can use keyboard. They do have that programmed in, of course. It is a PC game, but it is suggested that you play with some type of controller. My suggestion is an Xbox. It's the universally good PC controller.
Yeah, I'll note that I tried playing this with a keyboard when I couldn't find my controller right off the bat, and it's certainly not pleasant. So, Jalapeno, you want to talk a little bit about these characters and the way they play?
The way they play. Well, Quickman's character is really fast. So whenever I go in to try and hit him, I need to make sure to get some good solid hits in and then get out, because his character is very good about trapping you into a combo and then getting you off ledge. And my character, although it has a good recovery, it's very easily blocked because of how long it takes to charge like that. You can easily get some free hits on me and knock me out of my recovery. There is wall jumping in this game, as you just saw. There's no ledge grabbing like in Smash. And Quickman's character, the way he recovers is he has to use a puddle. Whenever when he just squirt out that puddle there, that is his main move. So you just teleport back. If he doesn't have one on the stage when he falls off, and he does his up special, he's pretty much dead because it won't work. And he got the first match.
That was a good one.
That was a good match.
Yeah, Orcane is really interesting because he's not the heaviest hitter, but he's really fast, and his hits do become a lot stronger if you're over the puddle when you use them. he'll actually absorb that puddle and do extra damage.
Oh, and then on the previous character that I was playing, just the last match, if you set your opponent on fire, it does extra damage, and that is really good.
Alright, so now you can see we're playing with Forsburn and Crag. Crag being one of the definitely more popular characters out right now. So with Crag, he is a much slower playing character, but well, that's relatively speaking because the whole game is pretty fast. He's really strong. He uses a lot of rocks in his attacks, and he can do two mainly interesting things in his pickup rock and his wall creation. So the pickup rock, when you grab your rock and throw it at enemies, if you throw it down on them off stage, it will actually meteor them. And like you'll see a lot of players doing, this is really common. It's good for getting quick kills, especially on characters that don't have the best recovery. The lack of ledge grabbing in this game makes him much more versatile. I actually just forgot to do my recovery there. But yeah, the wall is also good because you can block people coming off stage, and what's really interesting with it is that if they're standing on it and you disintegrate the tower, it puts them into free fall. However, it will do the same thing for you, so just make sure you're not on the pillar if you're gonna disappear it. So, anything to add about Forsburn there?
I suck with him. And his main move is he uses smoke to his advantage. I haven't really shown that because, like I said, I'm not good with him. I'm trying my best.
Forsburn and Zetterburn have some of the more interesting stories among these characters. I don't remember it word for word, of course, but they're actually a family. And the way I remember it, Forsburn actually went rogue, and they're part of some sort of like Fire Nation. Zetterburn uses fire to his advantage in that way, and because Forsburn went rogue, he actually joined, I think they're bandits that know smoke magic, so he learned his smoke abilities from them.
Oh.
So that was a good example of the rock meteor right there. You probably couldn't see it, it was mostly off screen, but if you did, well, there you go. So right now I'm actually playing with the characters that I'm better with, so once we switch rotation there, it's not going to be the same thing.
Yeah,
so
those first two characters he played as were his like two mains. The first character I played as is my main, and it was a very close match. And then Forsburn I'm horrible with.
So holding to the rules, do we want to go ahead and switch sets, or do we want to play the last character out of the set?
Well, no, I say we show off all the characters. You won the first set. Quickman wins the first set of 2 out of 3.
Hooray!
I'm sorry, guys. I'll try my best.
Well, don't feel bad because now we're moving on to the characters that I'm much less skilled with.
Yeah.
So, Rastor is a really interesting character. He plays a little bit like Robin in the newest Smash, in that you can actually use the heavy attacks in air. Beyond that, he plays like Marth in that he has sweet spots on his Smashes, tippers, as they were. Anything you want to add about that?
Nah, I mean, that's pretty much his thing. Well, he's a bird, and this game treats him as a bird. He's pretty much useless on the ground. You want him on the, you want him in the air, and then that right there is probably the most powerful thing that he can do. And right there, I just got a tipper on him, and the way that his character's recovery works is he has to throw a seed on me, and that's when I get like the shovel leaf looking things flying around me. Is that right there? If he uses up B, he does that. And that's the only way he can recover.
I also have my little side B, but it's not the best for recovering. However, it's unique in that if I use it, it secretly plants a seed on it.
Yeah.
So another thing to note with Rastor is that that little tornado move that he does, not the big one, but when he shoots the little tornado across the screen, that actually creates an air current in its path, and whenever he's in that air current, he moves a lot faster, and this can be good for recovery because if you're off stage, it allows you to move across the screen a lot faster and get back to the ledge. Now Maple's interesting in that it revolves around plants and root whips. So if I'm in the air and I do a little down light attack, I'll actually plant a root on the ground.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I found that out this match. But it's interesting because it technically keeps him grounded when he's off stage. As you can see, I'm not at all skilled with this character. But he also his heavy attack, his side heavy attack, is deceptively long in range. And if you're close with it, I believe, or maybe farther with it, it will actually wrap your opponent. Oh no, if they're marked with a seed and you hit them with it, it will actually wrap the opponent. And I think that's really interesting. Another interesting thing about Rastor is that his little projectile tornado, it actually negates most projectiles. Crag's Rock would not be included in that, but as you can see, it just disintegrated one of my seeds a second ago. So it's really versatile. These characters, like we said, we know a little bit less about, but they're still fun to play. This whole game overall is really fun to play.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a really great Smash Bros. Clone.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone who's played Brawlhalla, that obviously also is well related to Smash Bros. However, this one pulls it off better, I think. Brawlhalla, if you don't compare it to Smash Bros, is plenty fun, but this is definitely much more enjoyable in my opinion. Jalapeno and I have played some Brawlhalla before. Let us know if you want to see some Brawlhalla gameplay. We'll try and make that happen. Schedules might be hard to line up as of right now because we're both in college. But we will definitely try to make whatever we can happen if you guys want to see it.
Oh yeah, like I said, if you'd watched my Metal Gear Solid video, I was talking about how I like doing collabs and group videos more than just talking by myself. And so yeah, me and Quickman will definitely try and do some more of this if you guys like it. Oh yeah.
So Holden just took that game. Thought I might have a comeback. Jalapeno is definitely better with Rastor than I am with Maple. So now what do we want to do? Do we want to move on to the other character sets?
Yeah.
Cool. I've heard that Zetterburn is seen a lot online. He's one of the more common characters. However, I have yet to play as him, so this should be interesting.
You haven't played as him yet?
No, I have not. Yeah, so as you see, I couldn't pull it off, but he just wrapped me because I was covered in a seed, and he did his side heavy on me. Alright, so that was the example of where you land the fireball, and it does further launching. You saw that plenty with Jalapeno's gameplay of Zetterburn, but just figured I'd point it out again. Good parry, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and in this game there's no shielding, there's dodging, and there's parrying like that. And I missed it. Good punish, Jalapeno. Okay, that worked.
The optimal punish for sure. One thing we should note is that the parry, it's very hard to land, but when you do land it, it leaves the other opponent vulnerable, very vulnerable for a little while. They essentially can't do anything. And while it is hard to land, it's definitely worth it. And since there's no ledge grabbing, they added a wall jump mechanic that every character has. It gives you a second up B, as it were, a second up recovery. And he didn't... One problem with Maple that a lot of people don't realize is you actually have to hold the up recovery button to get his whip to come out. he did not hold it there, which is why it didn't cling on to me.
Yeah, that was my second time I've ever played as him.
So I'm gonna play with Forsburn next. I played with him a little bit more. I might be able to show some slightly more adept gameplay than Jalapeno did.
Hey.
No trash talking, no trash talking. But in all seriousness, he's really cool. I mean, he's not the best character, but he's interesting to say the least. He has a lot of different mechanics that seems he has a bigger arsenal to me than a lot of the other characters do. His heavy attack swings a cape. It's a smoke cape, and it plays just like Mario's cape in Smash, where it will flip the character around. However, it will not flip their controls around, so all they have to do is move back the way they wanted to go, and they're there. But it does give them a minor paralysis effect, very short, maybe a single frame, but it's enough to combo it right into the second B tap. So he activates the smoke by his neutral special, and he can absorb that with his down special back into his body. I believe the move is actually called Absorb, and once you've absorbed 3 smoke puffs, he gets a move called Combust, which is essentially a very, very strong fire explosion. I found that I probably won't land it right now, but I found that the best way to combo into that is to do the cape, his neutral heavy, and then just instead of pulling off the second neutral heavy move, just go straight into the combust move. And the minor paralysis from the cape will give you enough time to let out that explosion if they're really close to you. He just used a move that I didn't use when I played Orcane. You want to talk about that just a bit, Holden? Jalapeno.
That's fine. Crap. Well, he makes his puddle become bubbles. I mean, that's pretty much it, and it does that.
The thing that's interesting about that though is that let's say I don't have awareness of where his puddle is. If he just does that, he can do it from anywhere on the stage, and it makes me damage. It keeps him, and the bubbles will hold me up in the air. So if he's close enough, he can run in for a combo. Now, one thing that's sort of interesting with Orcane, that his side B can actually be well used for recovery, and if you use it for if you use it over the puddle, he'll absorb the puddle and it'll do more damage. I'm not sure if any of his other specials do that, but that one certainly does. Now, with Forsburn's Smoke, it takes a second to activate, but once it does, it becomes very thick and hard to see in, which makes it the optimal time to use his clone move. When he uses that clone move, he creates a clone out of smoke, which he can absorb shortly after. And the clone is pretty useless, honestly, but it's good for tricking your opponents, and you can get a potential combo in there. Now, he's at really high percentage right now, which is why he's trying to avoid me. Anything else to note there, Jalapeno?
I'm trying to avoid him.
So,
I'm so scared right now.
Intense mode right now. Normally when that happens, we might get a little bit more quiet.
I'm trying to trying to do good for you guys. Oh no! I need that.
Trying to land it with the
move
that we all want to see. So, oh, that might be it. Yep, that was it. Good
yes, match. I'm good.
Had I tried to finish it off, that might have played differently, but that's okay. We all had fun.
Oh man.
Have we played as all? I haven't played as Rastor yet. Have you played as Crag yet?
No.
All right, good.
You won the first one. I won the second one. So if I can win this, I win one set and you win one set.
All right, we'll make this last match sudden death.
Sudden death? What does that mean?
Essentially, whoever wins this wins altogether because we both have one set under our belt.
No, I haven't won this set yet.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
see
if
what you
you
mean.
win this set and the previous set, we're gonna do one more match with our mains, and that's winner take all.
Oh, okay. All right.
But if I win, then we win it.
All right. Well, we're going into the next match then. So I have just a little bit more experience with Rastor, but not much. I know that in the air he's a force to be reckoned with. However, I also know that Krag's aerial game is surprisingly good for being such a land-based character. So while I probably wouldn't be too challenged in the air, he'd be the character to do it. Ah, tipper.
Great.
Okay, so I didn't use that move when I was playing Krag. His side special it's akin to a Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog ball. It gives him super armor.
Or Jigglypuff's rollout.
Or Jigglypuff rollout. It gives him this game's version of super armor, meaning that he'll still take damage in it, but he won't be knocked out of the move. Alright, so we did land a solid blow there, and there's another one. I've noticed that when Rastor lands from a heavy attack, he does have just a little bit of cooldown, whereas most of the other characters don't experience that. Another interesting thing to note about Rastor is he's very glidey in the air, and he has, I believe, one more jump than most characters. Shot.
Oh.
Ah, almost had that. Oh, so I don't know if we mentioned this when I played Krag, but when you toss out the rock, other characters can actually break that, which can be really, really bad for anyone playing Krag. However, Krag has a much easier time breaking it. Lighter characters will have to use multiple hits. Or I should say lighter attacks overall. Some characters may still be able to one-shot it. I know that Orcane can actually one-shot his wall with the puddle shot, so keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, there I did an attack, a heavy attack, and it did break his wall. However, I don't believe that would have broken the rock. Ah, I had already wall jumped, so I couldn't get my up B back. Did not play that optimally. Good shot. So, another thing that's kind of interesting about this game is where in Melee, if a character was at a really high percent and the other person was coming off of a fresh stock, they were pretty much guaranteed to lose. However, in this game, it's definitely one where you can make a solid comeback. Alright, Jalapeno, so do we want to do one more match?
Okay, that was all the characters, and I know we said best 2 out of 3, 2 sets of best 2 out of 3. Quickman won both of them, because he's the loser. Wait, no, he's a winner.
I play a lot of fighting games.
Alright, so
Party fighting
yeah,
games.
we're doing, this is for all the beans. So
Alright, all the beans it is.
all the beans, choose your main.
It has to be my main.
It has to be your, well, you have 2 mains, so it has to be one of them.
Fair enough.
Well, I guess it could be anybody. Yeah, it can be anybody you want. Anybody, whoever you think you're better with. Ah, Craig.
So this is more of a fun matchup. With Zetterburn's really slow recovery, he becomes fodder for the rock if he's not careful. However, he has played me a lot while I'm this character, so he should be more than aware of my trickery. Oh, another thing to note is there's no throwing whatsoever in this game. Well, I should say no grabbing and throwing.
There is, if you've played Smash, you do know there's something called teching. This game has it as well. Right there, I just did it. The little red circle that came up from the ground.
Alright, good first stock.
Yeah. Yep, good first stock. That's what I'm talking about. This is my kind of matchup.
Close matchups are always the best ones. Parrying, if you parry a projectile, it will reflect it.
If I do it right, I can even reflect the I can reflect his block, and the if he breaks the block, I can parry those as well. Don't try and set it up for me to do it. I can't do it all the time. Dang it.
Ooh, good shit. Oh, that hit was good shit, as it were. I had to say good hit, though, so y'all don't give me flames for saying shit, please. Speaking of flames, Zetterburn, everybody.
Nothing but flames. Green flames. Alright.
Oh, so another really cool thing about this game is when you pick a color for your character, it changes everything about your character's moves. Meaning, their color, that is. So
I just ticked off your block.
What?
Yeah,
you can tuck off anything.
I know, I thought it was cool, but I don't think I've done it yet until then.
So, as is pretty clearly seen, Crag's edge game is not good. Well, not that good. You want to keep him center stage if you can help it.
Oh. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Whew. See, if I didn't have him on fire, he probably wouldn't have died. But with the fire, it let me win. And that was for all the marbles. I'm sorry.
So, we all know who the real winner was, but good job, Holden.
Yeah, me. I meant
that guy,
yeah.
Jalapeno.
Nah, definitely Quickman. He bested me the most. But I did come out in the end for you guys.
All's fair. So, good matches, and yeah, that was Rivals of Aether. So, naturally, we hope you all enjoyed.
Yep.
And yeah, here's
So,
Holden's closing statement.
Like it if you liked it. Comment if you have anything to say. If you want me to do another game. If you just want to say that you liked the video. If you want to say it sucked. Please don't say it sucked. I'm sorry. If it sucked, just dislike it and go watch Alpharad. He's way better than us.
Definitely.
But subscribe. If you want to subscribe, it's up to you. Alright. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.